I give the floor to the representative of China.
Thank you, President. China has just stated its position regarding the 1737 committee and its opposition to the convening of this meeting. China doesn't intend to comment on the committee's work. However, as a council member, China wishes to emphasize the following on the current situation of the Iranian nuclear issue and its path forward. First, the use of force is not the right way to resolve international disputes. Iran's sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity must be respected. The United States and Israel must immediately stop their military operations, refrain from attacking Iranian nuclear facilities under IAEA safeguards, avoid further escalation of the tension, and prevent the conflict from spreading across the entire Middle East region. All parties should maintain calm and restraint, fulfill their obligations under international law, and effectively safeguard the safety of civilians and civilian infrastructure. The international community should send a clear and unequivocal message opposing the regression of the world to the law of the jungle. Second, the Iranian nuclear issue must ultimately return to the track of a political and diplomatic settlement. I want to emphasize that it was precisely the United States that unilaterally withdrew from JCPOA, which triggered the Iranian nuclear crisis. It was also the United States that, in total disregard of its own credibility, on 2 occasions joined Israel and resorted to blatant use of force against Iran during the negotiation process, which rendered the diplomatic efforts futile. The United States, as the instigator of the Iranian nuclear crisis, its conduct violates the international law and the purposes and principles of the UN Charter. China strongly opposes to such conduct. China strongly condemns such conduct. We urge the U.S. to change its course of action immediately and return to the course of diplomatic negotiations and clearly undertake not to use of force and engage with Iran on negotiations and reach a solution that meets the expectations of the international community. The relevant European countries should cease to fan the flames. They should play a constructive role in easing tensions. China commends the regional countries and the IAEA for their mediation efforts and support their continued assistance in resuming negotiations to promote a peaceful solution to the Iranian nuclear issue. Third, fairness and justice must be upheld, and Iran's right as a state party to the NPT to peaceful uses of nuclear energy must be safeguarded. Iran has repeatedly affirmed that it doesn't seek to develop nuclear weapons. Even after its nuclear facilities were attacked, it continued to cooperate with the IAEA and engaged in a constructive manner in multiple rounds of professional and pragmatic talks with the United States. Iran's sincerity should be taken seriously. IAEA reports and its Director General have both stated that there is no evidence indicating that Iran plans to manufacture nuclear weapons. The experience with the JCPOA demonstrates that comprehensive and stringent safeguards applied to Iran can fully ensure the peaceful nature of its nuclear program. Fourth, the starting point for Council actions should be to ease tensions and to safeguard lasting peace and stability in the Middle East. Such actions shouldn't be biased, nor should they become tools for sanctions and pressure to serve the political agendas of individual countries. The Council should help the parties build trust, bridge differences, and create favorable conditions for resuming negotiations, ensuring that dialogue proceeds smoothly and effectively in an environment free from the threat of force. A certain country should stop manipulating the Council for political purposes. Despite divisions among Council members, pushing for the reimposition of sanctions will only deepen confrontation and undermine prospects for a political settlement. President, the proper settlement of the Iranian nuclear issue bears on the authority and effectiveness of the global non-proliferation regime and is crucial to peace and stability in the Middle East. As a permanent member of the Council and a JCPOA participant, China will continue to uphold an objective and impartial position, enhance communication and coordination with all parties, build consensus, uphold justice, and play a constructive role in restoring peace to the Middle East and advancing the political solution to the Iranian nuclear issue. I thank you, President.